Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. Early in the morning, just as day is dawning, he picks up all the post bags in his van. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. All the birds are singing, and the day is just beginning. Pat feels he's a really happy man. Everybody knows his bright red van. All his friends will smile as he waves to greet them. Maybe you can never be sure. There'll be knock, ring, letters through your door. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. All the birds are singing, and the day is just beginning. Pat feels he's a really happy man. Pat feels he's a really happy man. Pat feels he's a really happy man.
Thanks, Doctor. I'd better be on my way now with the post. There seems to be more and more these days.
Now, don't you be overdoing it. Just take it steady. You'll be fine if you'll only relax a bit more. Now, this should put you to rights. A few vitamins and a tonic to liven you up.
That'll be grand. Thanks again. Cheerio.
Bye, Pat.
What with being so tired and going to see the doctor, Pat was late.
Oh, dear. There's no sign of him. Just look at the time. Where has Pat got to?
Morning, Mrs. Goggins. Oh dear, I'm so sleepy. Sorry I'm late. I popped in to see Dr. Gilbertson. Oh, I just feel so sleepy.
Oh, Pat, I'm sorry to see you like this. What with all the post to be delivered. If only they could send somebody from Pencaster to give a hand. A day or two even. But it seems there's nobody to take your place. Pat. Wake up, Pat. Best be getting on.
What? Oh, yes. Yes, I'd better be on my way. Bye.
Bye, Pat.
It must be nice being a cat. Snoozing all day in a nice, warm, comfy van. Pat was slowly on his way. Greendale itself seemed sleepy today. But not in Ted Glenn's workshop. Something was clicking and whirring and beeping all day.
Hello?
What was happening?
Ted!
Morning, Pat. Sorry, can't stop. Morning, Ted. Whatever are you up to with all these boxes?
Come and have a look at this. My new computer. Can you pass a pile of that paper?
What? This?
Whoops!
It's all joined together.
That's right. It keeps all the pages together. You bung it in this printer, and off we go.
This looks complicated. What does it do?
Nay, Pat, it's a drawing for a new invention. You can do it at a rate of knots on the computer. Not like pencil and paper. It even keeps going while I'm asleep.
Sounds all right to me. Do you think it could deliver letters while I'm asleep?
A robot. That's what you need, Pat. Look at this book. It tells you how to make them. Computer controlled. No job too difficult, it says.
A robot postman? I could do with one of those.
It might be possible. Design it on the computer. Take a day or two, mind.
Then I could have a day off.
You could have a week off. Mrs. Goggins would just have to feed it with all the letters and parcels. Let me show you. I'll print out one of my designs on the new printer.
Ooh, what's this? Little men walking about. Robots. How are you going to print this lot out? I think the printer doesn't know how to use your new paper, Ted.
Now then, don't worry, I'll just... now, which key do you press to stop it?
I think I'd better get out of the way.
Is it this one? No, this one? Maybe not.
I'll pop in when you've got it sorted
I'll
out.
do this.
Bye, Ted.
No, it doesn't like that. Hey up. One of the... I suppose I could always pull the plug.
Ted must have sorted himself out, because a few days after that, Mrs. Goggins heard a sound in the post office, and when she went to see what it was...
Oh, gracious me. What is it? Shoo! One step nearer and you get this in your sprockets. Get back, you beastie.
It's all right, Mrs. Goggins. Sorry it gave you a fright. You see, it's the new robot postman, out for its test run, to help give Pat a rest. Just try it with some of the post.
Well, I don't know about that. Trusting the mail to such a contraption.
There's no need to worry. It's all worked out by computer. Can't go wrong. Look, I'll show you. Show what you can do, Mr. Robot. Oi! Look out!
Just what I supposed. I've heard about these computers.
Just needs a slight adjustment. Let's see, should this be up or down?
I'll leave you to your contraption, Ted, if you don't mind. There's work to be done.
Hey up, look out, it's off.
The beast has pinched the post out. Stop him, Ted.
Oh dear. No, I don't know how that's happened.
Dearie, dearie me.
Don't you fret, Mrs. Goggins. I'm after him. Bye.
Bye, Ted.
Pat had finished the first lot of post and was coming back for more.
Have you seen a robot go by, Pat? It's gone off with the rest of the post.
Is that what it was? Look, it's left a trail of letters. All we have to do is follow.
Mrs. Goggins is none too pleased.
I bet she isn't. Hey up, your robot's found somebody.
Good heavens! What is this creature? Oh, the dear thing's giving me something. Letters? But they are not for me. Oh, Pat and Ted, am I glad to see you. A tin monster rushed up to me and thrust these letters into my hand. And not one of them is for me. Did you see which way he went, Reverend?
Get him off! Shoo! Go away!
crumbs.
Oh, good heavens, what is it?
Help!
Leave
The
me
Martians
alone.
have
Oh,
landed.
where's PC
What the
Silver?
heck's going on?
Only do it. I'll just switch you off. Hey, give over. It's not for me, you idiot. Come back. Oh dear, it's not programmed to come back.
George, see who that is, will you?
I heck it's summit on wheels.
Oh, and it's given me a letter.
Daft kettle.
That's you do.
We'll never catch it at the rate it's going. What we need is transport. Come on. This is where we keep the post bus. Quick, hop in.
Oh, there's Pat in the post bus with that Glen.
I hope they don't take that tin machine with them. There'll be rust and lost screws everywhere.
I can't see it, Ted.
Hang on. What's this?
Whatever's happened to your van, Sam?
Am I glad to see you both. Real frightening it was. This UFO from outer space. It came belting down the road. Couldn't help it, but I had to go straight into this field to dodge it. Which way did it go? It looked as if it was heading for Thompson Ground. Do you think I should call PC Selby? I don't think he'd believe you.
Let's take a shortcut across the field. We might be able to cut it off before it gets there.
Here, don't forget, I'm in the back. Way up.
Hang on.
Whoa! Here, steady on.
They arrived at Thompson Round the back way.
Quick, Pat, before it does any damage.
Dorothy wondered why the chickens were making such a noise. Then this thing, waving its arms, came along.
Oh, cheeky devil.
Sorry about the washing, Dorothy.
Is that elf shirt it's wearing?
It's got my apron as well.
Who's this driving through the farmyard?
Hey up! It's a muddy field.
Won't go far.
Is that the shirt it's wearing?
I'll tell you later.
He's slowing down. Must have mud up to its chin. He's stuck. Can't move. Right. I better go and fetch it.
Well, it was a nice try, Ted. Thanks.
Nay, leave it for now. It makes a grand scarecrow. I've been having no end of bother with the crows, and look, it scared them off.
As for the robot, he seemed quite happy where he was, keeping the crows away from Alf's field.
Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. Early in the morning, just as day is dawning, he picks up all the post bags in his van. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. All the birds are singing, and the day is just beginning. Pat feels he's a really happy man. Everybody knows his bright red van. All his friends will smile as he waves to greet them. Maybe you can never be sure. There'll be knock, ring, letters through your door. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. All the birds are singing, and the day is just beginning. Pat feels he's a really happy man. Pat feels he's a really happy man. Pat feels he's a really happy man.
It was time for the post to be on its way in Greendale. Time to get a move on, Jess. This old van, thought Pat. Wasn't it about time he had something a little more up to date? Before leaving the village, he stopped at the vicarage. Oh, dear me, what a rush! Oh, good. There's Pat. Hello, Pat. I'm so glad you're in good time. Morning, Reverend. Dear me, what a rush. What's the hurry? Oh, do come in. I'm sure you can help. It's all to do with Mr. Pringle and the Major. Always at the last minute. Bless us all. It's this film show they're giving. All about... Now, what did the Major say? Something about flying, I believe. It says in this paper that there's to be a surprise arrival. I'd love to see that. Oh, do come. Tea? Yes, please. Bring Sarah and Julian. Bring as many people as you can. Day after tomorrow. Thing is, there's not much time to tell people. Oh, don't worry. I'll tell everybody. I see most folks on my rounds. That's kind, Pat. And if you could give them a leaflet as well. Miss Hubbard's running them off on that machine of hers. She's my next call. I'll pick up a good pile of leaflets, don't you worry. Thanks for the tea. Bye. Bye, Pat. Pat couldn't help wondering what the surprise arrival was to be. Would the Major be dressing up? Maybe he'd come in a new car. And would Miss Hubbard know about these things? Here we are. I hope Miss Hubbard's got the leaflets ready. Anyone at home?
Morning, Pat. Oh, you're just in time.
Hello, Miss Hubbard. Anything the matter?
The copier stopped right in the middle of printing these leaflets for...
The Major's film show.
Oh, so you know. Well, there's not a minute to lose. It's all in a rush. But I'm sure you'll find the fault in no time.
I don't know. Let's try and move a few things and see what happens. Have you tried these buttons?
Of course.
I suppose this piece, it just slides... Whoops! Oh, it's come off.
Oh, Pat, do take care.
I wonder what's hiding in here. Whatever it is, it's come undone. It's amazing what you can find on these machines. Little doors that... Hey up, something's just dropped out. Oh, it's made a right mess.
The floor. Oh, what's all that black powder? Oh, dear.
It's a bit mucky, isn't it? You wouldn't think there'd be so much in it. Just a minute. Hold that.
Pat, I'm rather worried.
Lots of bits to go back. There's got to be something in here. There you are. A piece of paper jamming the works. Now, where did this come from? Sounds a bit rough, doesn't it? Well, it seems to be working. I'm sure it'll settle down.
It is rather smudgy and a little lopsided, do you think?
Never mind. They'll make out the most important bits. I'll tell them about the parts they can't read. Best be on my way. Cheerio.
But, Pat, what about the mess? Oh, well, I never.
Jess thought Pat needed a wash. Perhaps a cat lick would do. But then, maybe not. The smell of burnt paper put him off. Thompson Brown, next stop.
Hello, Pat.
Morning, Pat.
Morning, everyone.
A mucky one, if you ask me. I wish you'd told us you were sweeping chimneys in your spare time. We've got a couple that need doing.
Oh, don't you listen to him, Pat. But we've got plenty of hot water if you'd like a wash.
No thanks, Dorothy. There's no time. What with all this post to deliver and these leaflets about the Major's film show to give out, I hope you'll come.
Oh, yes, we'll come all right.
So long as we don't get mucky faces like yours, Pat.
Nay, there's no chance of that. Bye.
Bye, Pat.
Cheerio.
Pat was on his way. Ted Glenn was sorting out some wood when Pat arrived.
Hello, Pat.
Hello, Ted.
What's all this about, then? A film show? I've always been interested in flying. I'll definitely be there. But what have you been up to, Pat? Mending that old van of yours again?
Oh, it's a long story, Ted. And I haven't got time to stop. Anyway, I'll see you at the film show. Bye.
Right you are then, Pat. Cheers.
Right. The day of the film show came.
Children, down at the front,
A
please.
spool taut.
When does it start? Will they be selling ice cream?
I
Come and
knew
sit
it.
down.
It's dropped.
Oh, I knew the Major would be late. Good. Here's Pat. I'm sure he can help. Have you seen the Major, Pat?
Missing, is he, Reverend?
Did I tell you about the surprise?
Surprise, Reverend? I think you did mention it.
Yes, the Major promised there would be a surprise. But oh dear, he's late.
Tell you what, I'll pop up to Garner Hall and see if he needs a hand with anything. Won't be long. Garner Hall, there was scaffolding all up one side, but no sign of the Major. But he's not in.
Help! Ahoy!
What's that?
You down there!
I'm hearing voices.
Pat! Can't you hear me, man?
Hello?
By Jove, the man's deaf.
Where are you?
Pat!
Who's that on the roof? It was Major Forbes waving from the basket of a hot air balloon.
It's me, you noodle. Do pay attention, Pat. My jolly old anchor rope has got mixed up with the chimneys, what? Be a good fellow. Climb up and see if you can cast me off.
You want me to go up there? I'm not very good on roofs. I get dizzy. Why do I always get these jobs? I wish Ted Glenn was here. He's good at climbing onto roofs. What are you doing up here, Major? In that basket thing?
There's no time for idle chat, man. Catch hold of that rope.
I don't believe I'm doing this.
It's wrapped itself round the chimney stack.
Steady on. It's not easy on these tiles. Whoops! Let me get this untangled. Now, which way does it go?
Come along, Pat.
I'm trying my best.
Shake a leg, I'm late as it is.
Hey up! Where are you going? Don't leave yet. Come back. I want to get off.
I'll be with you in a jiffy.
But I'm out here, and I don't like it.
Now that we're moving, must see all shipshape.
Help! I want to get off. Ooh. Where's my van?
Sorry, Pat. Can't stop. Just hang on for dear life.
Ooh, it's a long way down there. Help! Pull me up.
Stop fussing, man, and get in. Heave-ho!
Put me down. I want to get off.
Ooh. You're all right now. Safe and sound.
Where has the Major got to?
I can't see anyone.
Can you...
Oops. Oh, I'm sorry. It's all this looking up at the sky. It's making me quite dizzy. The sky is where the surprise is coming from, Reverend. But I can't see what that has to do with Major Forbes.
Look, what's that? Where? Oh, look. That big thing in the sky. It's coming this way. It's a balloon.
There's the church. And the post office. Hey up, Major. There's a tree coming up fast.
I'll give her a blast. Up she goes.
Well, I never. Pat and the Major in a hot air balloon.
What a surprise indeed. The Major and Pat dropping from the skies.
There's the Major. And Pat. Wow, what a lark. Yippee! This is great. Yeah, super fast.
I would never have done it without Pat. It was those stupid chimneys of mine. Got caught, what? I would never have guessed, Major, that you were an expert on hot air balloons. Now come and tell us some more. Hello, one and all. Nice to see so many of you here today. I thought it might be of interest if I told you of my adventures travelling by hot air balloon in different places around the world. Thank you, Mr. Pringle.
Quiet, children.
I was stationed at the time on the west coast of Africa, and my first trip started just outside the town of Binji. I remember just missing the rooftops by inches.
Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. Early in the morning, just as day is dawning, he picks up all the post bags in his van. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. All the birds are singing, and the day is just beginning. Pat feels he's a really happy man. Everybody knows his bright red van. All his friends will smile as he waves to greet them. Maybe you can never be sure. There'll be knock, ring, letters through your door. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. All the birds are singing, and the day is just beginning. Pat feels he's a really happy man. Pat feels he's a really happy man. Pat feels he's a really happy man.
It was a warm morning in Greendale, and there were plenty of letters and parcels for Pat to deliver.
Whoops! Oh, sorry.
Whatever are you doing with my bike, Pat?
I just didn't see it.
Goodness me, Pat. I hope you'll take more care. It's taken a bit of a knock.
Sorry, Miss Hubbard. It's all this post to deliver. I didn't see your bike.
There's just too much rushing about.
The bike looks all right. I'll pop round when I have a minute.
Goodness me, Pat. I hope you'll take more care.
I'd better get a move on. Cheerio.
Just the thing for the twins' nasty cold. Not like the stuff we had in the old days when I was a girl.
Morning, Doctor.
Hello, Pat. Well, I never. Express delivery.
Sorry. Can't stop. Bye.
Hello and goodbye then, Pat.
Pat was soon out in his van, delivering the day's post to the countryside, trying not to hurry. First stop, Ted Glenn's workshop.
Who's that tooting? Now then, Pat, what's up?
Sorry, Ted. Can't stop. In a rush today. Bye.
Well, I'll be flummoxed. What's old Pat rushing off like that for? Just when I fancied a good natter.
But Pat had no time to stop and natter. There was post to deliver. First, some letters for Greendale Farm. Mrs. Pottage heard him pull up outside. Morning.
Morning, Pat. You're just in time for a cup of tea.
Very kind of you. Just half a cup, please.
You're not telling me there's so much post that you can't stop for a chat.
That reminds me. I'll have to find time to call on Miss Hubbard. I ran into her bike this morning.
Rushing about.
Oh, that's what Miss Hubbard said. Hey, is that the right time? I'll have to get a move on. There's a lot to do today. Thanks for the tea. Bye, Mrs. Pottage.
Bye, Pat.
Outside, Jess wasn't looking too happy. Hey up, Jess. What's happened? Oh, my sandwiches. Who's done that? They've eaten the whole lot, rotten things. The sandwich robbers of Greendale strike again. It can't be the hens this time. This is a case for P.C. Selby. But no time to stop for clues. No sandwiches. And miles away from home. The next stop was at Thompson Ground. Morning, Dorothy. A letter for you today.
Oh, hello, Pat. Thanks. Any news?
There's news, all right. I bent Miss Hubbard's bike a bit in the village, and someone's nicked my lunch while I was parked at Greendale Farm.
Oh, dear. I'm sorry to hear that. I wonder who could have pinched your sandwiches. But never mind. I've something nice in the oven. There's plenty to spare, so don't you worry. I'm just off to the garden first, then we'll see what we can do. Just come and look at my carrots. They're real champions. Oh, my. Oh, heavens. Oh, it's awful. It's all dug up. Massacrated. What's happened?
All the carrots gone. Some just nibbled, others half chewed. I don't believe it.
Who could have done a thing like this? The garden's ruined. Just look at my lovely carrots. What monster has done this?
First my sandwiches, now your carrots. It must be a very hungry monster.
I'm going to ring PC Selby. He'll know what to do. It might be something dangerous, something big and dreadful. Come out of I don't know where.
Poor old Pat. Dorothy was in such a fluster that she has forgotten all about lunch. Pat and Jess went on their way, feeling more and more hungry, and keeping a lookout for the monster. There was something going on at Granny Dryden's cottage. All the washing had been thrown into the road. What's all this?
Oh, Pat, look at me washing. The line's broken and me new sheets are all dirty in the road. And me best pillowcase is gone.
I don't know what's happening, but there's been trouble all up the dale. Someone nicked my lunch and all the carrots out of Dorothy Thompson's garden. And now you're washing. It's some beast from the moors, you mark my words. Bye, Granny Dryden.
Bye, Pat.
Jess was wishing that the beast was a nice fat mouse. He was hungry, and so was Pat. And what's this? I'd recognize that bike anywhere. It's Miss Hubbard's.
Oh, Pat. How glad I am to see you.
What is it, Miss Hubbard? Have you had an accident?
I was on my way home when this thing with hooves and an enormous head covered with a white sort of bag came out of the field. It snorted at me and I fell off.
It looks as though you've met the beast.
That's what I called it. Then it pinched the apples from my basket, so I took a swipe at it with my brolly and jumped the wall.
I'll tell PC Selby as soon as I get to the village, so don't worry. Will you be all right now?
Oh, yes, I'll be fine. Mind how you go, Pat.
Cheerio!
Do be careful, Pat.
There was a registered letter for the Major.
Morning, Pat.
He was busy in the garden. Morning, Major. A registered letter for you.
Look at this, Pat. My best begonia shattered. And I know who did it. A huge monster it was, rampaging all round the gardens, with a mysterious white shroud over its head.
I must say it has made a mess. I do hear it's the famous beast of Greendale, risen from its lair in the moors.
Ah,
I'll give it, Beast of Greendale, making a mess of my gardens. We'll have to hunt the thing down. Get help from the village. Chase it back to... from wherever it came from. Hang on. Listen. Bells? At this time of the day? I can't think why. Unless... By Jove! The beast is after the Reverend, and he's calling for help. Come along, Pat. Not a minute to lose. I just hope we're not too late. Whatever is going on? The noise. Morning, Reverend. Glad to see you fit and well. Oh, hello, Major Forbes. And Pat, I am glad you've come. We thought it was you ringing the bell. No, I'm not ringing the bell. I mean, how can I be? The bell rope's inside, and I'm out here. Oh, dear. Right, men. We'd better investigate. Lead the way, Major. I think you should go first, Pat. I'll bring up the rear. Off you go, chap. You're next. But why me? Well, it's your church after all. Are you coming with me, Major? Well, no. Bad strategy. I'll stay here and secure your line of retreat, what? Off you go, there's a good chap. Nothing to worry about. I don't like this. All he needs to do is to take the bull by the horns, what? Horns? Did you say horns? Hello? I think we've found the Beast of Greendale. Quick, run! Say, be careful, Major. Well, I never fancy finding him here. Here, give over, you little devil. I can hardly hear myself think with that bell you've got entangled with. Ouch! That was my foot. Morning, all. Well, I never. What is he doing?
Oh, Dad, you've caught her at last.
Yes, well, it's a pity it took me so long. Who knows what she's been up to, apart from getting entangled in this bell rope and making a racket. And we all thought it was the Beast of Greendale. Beast of what? Oh, dear me, it's no beast. It's only Lucy's pony. I'll make up for any damage she's done. I think you'll have a few gardens to dig and put to rights.
I'll help.
We'll all help. Beast of Greendale. Ah, humbug. Bless her.
Bye-bye, and thanks, everybody.
Yes, bye, everyone. Well, I'd rather ride in my van. For one thing, it doesn't eat carrots.
Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. Early in the morning, Just as day is dawning, he picks up all the post bags in his van. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. All the birds are singing, and the day is just beginning. Pat feels he's a really happy man. Everybody knows his bright red van. All his friends will smile as he waves to greet them. Maybe you can never be sure. There'll be knock, ring, letters through your door. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. All the birds are singing, and the day is just beginning. Pat feels he's a really happy man. Pat feels he's a really happy man. Pat feels he's a really happy man.
It all started early one morning when Peter Fogg met Mrs. Pottage.
Morning, Peter.
Morning, Mrs. Pottage. She was on her way to the post office with a big parcel. A very big parcel.
Shop? Anybody in? Hello, Mrs. Pottage. I was just brewing up. Would you like a cup? Hello, Mrs. Goggins. Well, I'd love one, but I mustn't stop. Don't want to be late taking the twins into Pencaster. Not too disappointed about the tour, are they? They'll be back by this evening, in time to join in the fun. How much for the parcel? There, now, that'll be £3, please. Still, it's a pity the twins will be missing the mystery tour. Oh, they're too excited about their birthday treat to worry about that. Well, I must say, it's certainly a mystery. Even Cat, who's taking them in the post bus, doesn't know where they're going. Oh, that must be him now.
Morning, all.
Morning, Pat. There you are, Pat. I'd better be off. Good luck with the mystery tour. Don't get lost.
I think getting lost might be part of the fun.
Well, it'll make a change from delivering the post.
It certainly will. I wonder where Mr. Pringle is taking us. Bless me, is that the time? I must be off. They'll be waiting for me at the school. Bye for now.
Bye, Pat.
Pat was on his way. He had already done his rounds early, and there was nothing to pick up.
Good morning, Pat.
Morning. It wasn't far, just round the corner, to the village school. He was right on time.
What are we waiting for?
Anyone missing? Let me see. Lucy, Sarah, Julian, Charlie and Bill. Good, all present.
You won't.
Hello, Pat. Ready? Hello, everyone. I'm ready to go when you are. But where to?
Well, I will. I'm better after
Well, I
you
think
are.
that someone should read out the first clue.
Instead of school.
Who's it to be?
Me? Lisa? Lisa? Me? I want to. Me.
Mr. Pringle gave the paper to Lucy Selby.
Find a spinning granny. She'll give you some thread. A spinning granny? She'll get dizzy. Mine would.
Now then, we want to be home before dark. So have a good think, then let's be off. First, how can a granny spin without getting dizzy?
A coin? With a washing machine? A wheel?
A spinning wheel?
I know who has a wheel like that. Granny Dryden.
Shall we go and see? First stop, Granny Dryden, please, Pat. I think I know where that is. All aboard the post bus. Come along, children.
Hooray! Hooray!
Mind the step.
I'm first.
Don't push.
I want a seat near the window.
Where's Charlie? Mr. Pringle going to sit in front with
Mind
Pat?
the door.
Come on, Lucy, you're holding the coach up.
You'd better sit with me, Mr. Pringle, in case we get lost. Off they went.
Sit down, I can't see. I bet I'll solve all the mystery questions. I bet you don't. I will. I'm better at it than you are. I wish we could have this every
It was very quiet at Granny Dryden's cottage. Charlie knocked at the door, whilst Lucy peeped in at the window.
I'm first. Don't push.
Was this the mysterious bit? They all crept in to find out. What a surprise! Sitting at an old-fashioned spinning wheel, in clothes they had only seen in books, was Granny Dryden, fast asleep. Oh, dearie me! I must have dropped off to sleep.
Hello, Granny Dryden. We're the mystery tour.
We've come for the thread.
I nearly forgot. Now, what did I do with it? It's somewhere in here. Ah, what's this? That's it, I think.
Thanks, Granny Dryden. Oh, a little parcel. There's a reel of cotton, and it says on the paper, go to a place where the night is not dark. Give the cotton to a lady.
Where the night is not dark, but it's always dark at night.
I know where there's a night. Well, this suit of armour anyway.
At Garner Hall, where Major Forbes lives. And the suit of armour is bright and shiny, so it's never dark.
What about the lady? There's only Major Forbes at Garner Hall.
I suggest we go and find out. Bye, Granny Dryden.
Cheerio.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Won't you stop for a cup of tea? Ooh, we'd love one, but we have to be off. Sorry. Bye. Thanks, Granny Dryden.
I wish we could have this every day instead of school.
All aboard for Garner Hall. You mustn't make a mistake on a mystery tour. Otherwise, you end up getting lost. But Pat soon found Garner Hall, his next stop.
Where's the night?
Spooky, I call it. There's no lady either.
I can hear someone.
Made it at last. Hello, one and all.
Hey up! It's the night! Lady Hubbard greets you with her basket of surprises. Now, who's to give me something?
Oh, you do look lovely, Miss Hubbard.
Oh, thank you, Lucy. Now, what about the basket?
Thanks, Miss Hubbard.
Have a look in the basket. You might find the next clue.
I've got it. It says, find a royal crown in a very small town. Go post haste. There is no time to waste. A royal crown?
Haven't seen any in Greendale. There's one on the post bus.
And there's another on Pat's van.
Pat always stops at the post office.
We'll ask him to stop there again today, shall we? Come on.
Good luck.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Mind how you go.
Cheerio. Bye.
Cheerio.
That wasn't easy.
But we're not finished yet.
Bet we get the next one quick.
Look who's talking.
Oh, shut up, you two.
It didn't take them long to get back to the village and on to the post office.
Here they come.
Oh, I feel all funny dressed up like this.
Hooray for Greendale.
Gracious me. It sounds as though you're at a football match.
Are you part of the mystery tour?
We
We
are.
are.
Could I have the next clue, please?
Now, how did it go? I've got it. Take the road to a place where a tree stands tall. Don't let a man stop you if he should call. Take and blow this trumpet, then wait.
And this key will later help you to open the gate.
I think we can remember that. Thanks. Off you go, Pat.
Careful. See you soon.
Have fun. Bye.
The children were quiet. They were thinking about the next clue. Then Charlie had a go on the toy trumpet. It wasn't very quiet after that.
Pringle! Charlie's blowing. Blowing up a try.
What's this? A highwayman.
Stand and deliver.
Hooray. It's Ted Glenn.
Wow, what a knock!
The thing's stuck. Come on.
What's he doing, Mr. Pringle?
I think he's got something caught in his coat pocket.
Ah, gotcha. Your money or I'll tickle you helpless.
Julian, I think you should ask Ted for the last clue.
Here you are, young Julian.
Thanks, Mr. Highwayman.
Cheers.
Mr. Pringle, I've got the next clue.
Let's not waste time. I'll read it out.
Oh, do shut
It
up!
says you must find a straw man. He works all day and he works all night. He stands quite still to give the birds a fright. Blow the trumpet and unlock the gate.
I've got the trumpet.
We know.
What about the straw man?
It's a scarecrow.
Next stop, a scarecrow.
Bye, Highwayman.
Bye. Bye.
Mind how you go.
I wish I could dress up like that. And I'd take money off people. You'd lose your specs, silly. No, I wouldn't give all the...
They soon came to the scarecrow. He was standing outside Thompson Ground.
Come on, follow me.
Where's for me? Because I've got the key. Oh, it's fiddly. Got it. We're here. We made it. Oh, look, they've got drinks.
Just in time. Come and get it.
I bet you're all hungry. There's plenty for everybody.
Safe and sound and thirsty.
Have you got something for a hungry highwayman?
Hello. Welcome to the fancy dress party.
Yippee! I want a hat like Ted Glenn's.
Jess was there, wondering what all the fuss was about. Well, what's the mystery?
But you finally made it.
It was the children who got us here.
I'll drink to that.
I'm afraid I forgot to check. You think she will mind? Stay.
Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat.